Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about Cambridge 9 writing task part 1. So we have two sample answers here. The question is the two maps below show an island before and after the construction of some tourist facilities. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So let's see what our simple one says. You can start with the two maps give information about several changes happening on an island because of the construction of some tourist facilities. It is clear that the erection of new facilities has completely created a new appearance for the island, from an original wilderness to a well-supplied recreational landscape. At first, the island was pristine, consisting of mostly nothing but a few jungles in the Middle East and Middle West, and a beach in the western coast. The total length of the island is approximately 250 meters. After tourist facilities are constructed, the island experiences considerable changes. Visitors set their first step on this island at a pier emerging on the south, then visit a reception right at the center, circled by a vehicle track which also leads to a restaurant on the north. The east and west of this island show the mushrooming of accommodations with footpaths connecting dwellings so that tourists can easily go around. Especially a new swimming area is developed on the west, taking advantage of the original beach. Here we have talked about 169 words, which is very good amount of word. So let's move into our sample 2. Here you can start with the two maps display an island before and after some tourist facilities were constructed. Overall, with the construction of different types of facilities, the island has been transformed into a tourist attraction where people can stay, eat, play, and easily get around. The island is about 250 meters long. Before development started, it only had a beach along its western coast and some stands of palms near its eastern and western ends. These natural features remain unchanged after development. However, two accommodation areas with footpaths have been built in the center and west of the island respectively. The footpath in the western accommodation area have been extended westward to the beach where people can now go swimming. Between the two accommodation areas in reception, which is surrounded by a vehicle track, this track connects with the footpath west of it and extends northward to a new restaurant and southward to a new pier. The eastern part of the island remains unpolished. So this sample 2 it's about 161 words. It's upper than 150, which is good for part 1. So let's move to task 2. Here is our question is some experts believe that it is better for children to begin learning a foreign language at primary school rather than secondary school. Do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? So we have to write minimum of 250 words. So let's start. Language acquisition is of higher significance in today's global village. So many parents think of allowing their children to learn a foreign language at primary school rather than deferring this stage to secondary school. I believe that the trend of accessing a new language at their early age has more disadvantages than advantages. Obviously, international studies have shown some merits of early language learning, and I strongly agree. Firstly, primary pupils are very receptive to learning a new language. They are willing and able to mimic pronunciation without the inhibitions and self consciousness of older students. Their sensitive ears help them pick up and duplicate tricky sounds that adults and even adolescents often stumble over. Secondly, having a positive attitude to language is a crucial factor in determining children's success in foreign language learning. By showing children at primary school that language learning can be fun, they will approach secondary school language lessons with greater enthusiasm and anticipation, facilitating them master this language. However, I think there will be more demerits. Primary school teachers, especially in rural areas, normally cover all subjects, so they are not well trained for linguistic, pedagogical methods, or even their language competency is not entirely ensured. Primary language teaching needs to be standardized, but it is quite plausible for educational system in developing countries. In addition, it will be very stressful to a children when he has to be bilingual. Such children have difficulties in deciding which language to speak, either mother tongue or foreign language, and may end up learning nothing. In conclusion, it is clear that learning a new language as early as possible is beneficial, but a wrong approach of parents and teachers will produce more counterproductive impacts. Our first sample was 285 words, which is good for task 2. Let's move into sample 2. Some experts believe that starting learning another language at primary level is better than at secondary level. I think the downside of this outweighs the upside because young pupils may have a great workload as a result. On the one hand, young children are better language learners than older ones. Primary school aged children are at an early stage of learning and therefore tend to be very open to new ideas. That is to say, they are less likely to find the different pronunciation and grammar of a foreign language strange and difficult to learn than their counterparts at secondary school. However, I do not think this gives them a major advantage in life because many people have become successful either professionally or financially without mastering a second language. On the other hand, studying a new language at primary level can greatly increase your pupils' workload. One more language to learn means more classes to take and more schoolwork to do. Take China, where English is compulsory at all primary schools. Chinese peoples often spend about half an hour every weekday just on their English homework and to outperform their peers. Many of them enroll in weekend English classes. I think this puts young pupils at a great disadvantage because at their age they should spend more time enjoying leisure activities rather than burying themselves in endless academic tasks. In conclusion, although primary school aged children tend to be good at acquiring a foreign language, I believe this advantage is far outweighed by the disadvantage of the heavy workload that come with it. So here is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something. Stay tuned for the next video.